I don't have to agree with you. We have Davis Williams in the building, by the way. And let me just introduce the Manhood Academy. So we're going to move on to our featured guest. We can come back to the conversation thereafter. The conversation does tend to get... Claire T is in the building and Bobby Cares. Big up, big up, big up. What's up, one? Denise is back. Let's just take a peek. Davis Williams, we had him on the platform last year. I think they're doing phenomenal work. You can see here's their website, Manhood Academy. Yeah. Boys are born, men are made. Yeah. I mean, I remember as a young man growing up myself, my dad died when I was just 13. So I was a teenager. You really need your, so you go through those teenage years. And I remember I used to cling to like my sister's boyfriends and so on. Because as a young man, you're not going to learn it from a woman, are you?
No.
Nope. It's just not going to happen. How can you? You need that male presence somewhere to sort of give you some sort of guidance, direction, understanding. Oh, God. I'm telling you, I mean, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I mean, and you're just going through those ages, through those times. I mean, my dad, you know, he instilled in me what he did, but, you know, there's just some things that you need as you're getting older. Jemmy, I mean, you're so, in my opinion, you're so fortunate your dad's still here. You know, I have to tell you, you're so fortunate because there must be things as a man, right, that you can run to your dad and say, Dad, but what go on here, sir? What go on there, sir? And you can just get that level of understanding man to man, you know. So Manhood Academy, I think they're doing, the work they're doing is just absolutely amazing. Davis Williams is in the building. He's logged in, but he's not here at present. He needs to turn his camera on when he gets it. But so they're helping young boys become men because the attack on families, and that's plural. We're focused on black families, but I'm sure, of course, it's white, Asian, and Chinese, whatever. You know, it's in all areas and all arenas. The attack on families now is humongous. Families are being torn apart. The government tears, you know, even their involvement tears apart families and so on and so forth. So here's Manhood Academy, where, and I'm going to play this actually. We're going to watch it on YouTube, but I'm going to play. My screen is. Can you not see the thing?
Sorry, Joseph. That's not our website, you know.
Hold on. You can't see it. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. So it's going to explain about.
Joseph.
Yeah, Davis is in the building.
He said that's not his website.
Pardon?
He said that's not his website.
This is not yours. Sorry. Let's get the man. Where is it? Davis, let's make you co-host here so you can talk me through it. This let me just it is a GoFundMe page. This is not yours.
No. You know, and that's why, like, I love the discussion that you lot were having before in terms of like sharing information, because right now there's like an information war going on. Like a lot of things are digital. A lot of people's websites or Facebook pages is getting cloned. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but my website has been cloned, and yeah, so it's not my website. I've sent it to you via DM anyway.
Manhood Academy official.com.
Yeah, I've been cloned, so let's not even promote a cloned entity. You know,
Manhood is the global one, then, right?
Yeah.
So rotted. So
I know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, but you know, it is
Academy Global. Right.
Yeah. The things people do for likes these days is crazy.
Let's just confirm. This is your CAD, your.
See it there? That's us right there. Thank you.
Bloody hell! hold on a minute. Now this is deep, right? So what I was showing before with a GoFundMe page and the whole 9 yards is not you.
You just said so.
Not me, man.
Now hold on, because the thing about it is, what's going on here? The thing about it is that them people are therefore making money, right, of something that you're doing, and people will be putting money into their pot, thinking, right, that they're supporting your cause, and not so.
No, it's a sad reality, unfortunately. It's sad, you know. We've informed the authorities. I don't want to get into the paso of it all, but yeah, you know, that's not us. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
So it's manhoodacademyglobal.com.
Yeah.
So this now is a whole nother issue. How do you overcome that? Because here you are. BAFTA nominated. Missions there. Being responsible leaders of tomorrow for the world of today. Of course, our mission to nurture through a rites of passage program the evolution of our boys to men through social, emotional, economic, and spiritual guidance under the wings of Manhood Academy Global. Wow. Is there you're on BBC. No, look, we're on Sky. We're in the Voice newspaper, which we've been bigging up regularly, on the BBC, BBC iPlayer. So, I mean, a lot has happened between last year when we had you on the platform and now. So tell us about those developments.
Yeah, greetings everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Yeah,
Great.
awesome.
Greetings. We're well, thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
You know,
Fabulous.
I was loving the debate, the discussion, man. You know, it's powerful. Like what you guys are doing are powerful, man. You know,
Yeah.
You know, keep it up. I love the authenticity. You know, it's just I was just there listening, just doing something in the background, and it did feel like I was listening to the radio. It sounded like a podcast. You should do this a podcast. You know, like pull it on Spotify or something. You know.
If anybody can put it on Spotify, just let me know, and we'll gladly have it put on Spotify. Now we are recording, so continue.
Yeah, but yeah, for those that don't know, my name is Davis Williams. I'm a father amongst everything else. I'm a son. I'm a good friend to my people. I'm a community activist. I'm an author. I'm a vegan chef, and I'm a content creator. I love creating content. I love creating like programs for young people. Working with young people is my passion. I've been doing it for about 25 years now, approximately. And yeah, like every week, it's like a breath of fresh air, you know, because every day is different. And what I love about our young people is we might look at that. I see a lot of adults will look at young people and they judge straight away. Oh, they're this, they're that, whatever it may be. But when you dig beneath the surface, you realize that all they need is a hug. Like, is this so deep? It's such a contradiction. Like what they put out there is not what they require. But again, you know, I was talking to one of my friends. He's from Colombia. He was in the army in Colombia, and he's moved over here in the UK because of various reasons. And he was explaining that he wants to go back to Colombia. And I'm like, why are you going back to Colombia? Like, you've moved here. He says London is too dangerous for his children. Imagine that. Like, he's going back to Colombia. Like, again, like a lot of the young people that I work with, London is a war zone. We might not see it that way, but in terms of the psychological warfare, the physical threats on their life, and yeah, everyone seems to be against them. Like even in most cases, their families who don't understand what they're going through, or they might have certain expectations of them or whatever. And yeah, so one of my missions is to assist them and help them on that journey to becoming a man. Like I loved when you guys were talking about homosexuality and trans and everything. I'm not going to open up Pandora's box again, but within there is the whole conversation around manhood. And imagine I go into schools and I can't even say it with my chest about manhood. I have to think creatively, because now you're excluding other demographics who don't subscribe to man or woman. But the sad thing is, young boys are growing up and they're not being taught about what it means to be a man. They're not taught about the values, the principles. They're being taught that it's okay to wear lipstick if you want. They're being taught all of these things, and it's true. They're being taught that, do you know what? It's okay if you get stabbed, but if I stab a dog or a cat, I'm in serious trouble. It is deep. So the conversation that we have with young people about society is one thing, but then talking about their identity and who they're becoming is something totally else. So that's why we focus our business on like preparing these young boys about manhood. We tend to focus a lot on their psychological upbringing, healing. A lot of them have seen things that they should never have seen in their life. We hear their stories, it's like, oh my gosh, and they want you to get grade A's in school. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah, we go into schools, we go into prisons, youth clubs. We take young people away. Like a few years ago, we took them Gambia just to show them the world, and took them camping last year. This is what we're here to do. They're not my children. Yeah, I've got my own children. But I realized that it takes a village to raise a child. So we're just showing everyone that, we can invest a little bit into our children, because they need it so much more now. Like mental health for us is like number one on the agenda. It's painful, and we just don't see it. Why? Because we don't have our version of LBC or our version of Sky News. So we don't see the dysfunction. We don't see the trauma. What we do see though is young boys bleeding on the floor, and we share it. We see all of that stuff, but we don't see the other side. We don't hear the stories and the narratives and what's really going on and how we can help. Right.
How do we build them up? Davis, it's awesome to have you back on, and I hear your passion in what you're doing. You love it. And I was just listening to Les Brown today, saying, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And clearly, your heart is in the game, in supporting young people. How old are your children, just of interest?
10 and 15.
10 and 15, so you are a teenager yourself. That's and it's interesting what you said. If we all give a little bit, because that's the thing, an hour for us as adults to that young person is a year, isn't it? It's so meaningful, that little bit of time that we might give. There was someone on TV I was watching this week about foster caring and all the rest of it as well. There's a big difference between foster caring and what you're doing. I mean, foster caring, there's the guy who was in the police force. He was adopted into a white family. He had them painting him white, and now he's recognized that all of that went on, that he engaged in, was wrong. He grew up, and some have read the book about how, his foster parents he was being misguided, and this Manhood Academy, it really is deep, because children are so vulnerable, and there's a system here that puts children in care, irrespective of what those children are being taught. I mean, how do you deal with all of
that? We're gonna have to just deal with it, innit? That's, we're built to last. Like, we're a resilient creation, the most resilient of nature's species. If you want to call it that. Like, we are amazing. Like, however, we have to recognize that. That's the first thing. So we come, even though the situation can look and appear very bleak in terms of their situation, and it's so. I don't like using the word dysfunctional, but I'll use it just because of be tired, we understand. But we come with that energy of life, we're life beings. So we speak life into the young people, and when we speak, you can see like, wow, I'm a king. What do you mean by that? You know, like, so we introduce a different conversation to them. We encourage them to dream. We encourage them to use their imagination, because that's what's going to get them out of the situation.
I'm just loving what you're saying. Encourage them to use, I'm just loving what you're saying. Encourage them to use their imagination to dream big, you know. So you go into schools. How do you get into a school? What's the process for that?
Hustling, innit? You know, got to send an email. Yes, I spoke to a teacher and they request, like, you got to use sales technique, because they don't want to let us in sometimes. You know, they don't want to. They will see someone like myself, you know, black brother, attractive, gold tooth, and you know what I mean? And they'll be like, you know, man, you're too strong. You know what I mean? So one thing you just said there, you send an email, you're speaking to a mother, because we're developing it. Look, we're going to support you 100%. So you sending me what I've gathered from that, a referral gets you into a school. If a parent talks to you about their child who might be in a particular school, you can then contact the school based on a referral from a parent whose child is going to that school. That helps you get through the door. That helps. Sometimes it helps when we just turn up to the school directly and they say, look, like, you know, I'm a member of the community. We don't shout manhood. We just say we want to work. You got to use certain keywords in it. Like, you want to raise the attainment of young people, young black students, and so on and so forth. It's only when we get in there, then we got to check the environment first, as you do, before you start talking the things. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, because the schools are so quick to like kick us out. It's happened so many times, not with me per se, because I've been doing this long enough to know the language. But if you go in there like, we're going to talk about this and we're going to talk about that, they'll be like, thank you, but no thank you.
But and it's good that you said that. Another key point, you got to know how to talk the language, because it's true, the schools might kick you out, but the schools will kick you out based on the premise of they're protecting the children, and that is their job, right? To protect the children. So if you're coming in there and you're saying anything, can't have that. So it is important there's a sort of language that you have to speak, innit? Yeah. You know,
and lots of smiles, and you've got to have your innocent face, you know. You can't look too rough, because it's you get judged, innit? It's just the way the game is played. This is a game, and we got to play. You got to play your position, you know. But anyway, we do work in schools, work in prisons. We do one-to-ones as well. Like, parents contact us.
Wait. Hold
up. Wait a minute.
We go into prisons as well.
Listen, I don't know if any of you have been in prison recently, but I'm telling you, it's like a barbershop. Like, it's so bad. You can go to prisons like way outside of London, in the Midlands, you know. Up north. Why is it populated by so many brown boys? It's sad.
Whoa! Now you see, this is why we talk slow, because in America they did the mathematics, and they went into these prisons and said, "Hold on a minute, how come the prison is populated? I think it's like something like 50% black people. The population is 13%. That's disproportionate." That you can't have 3 times as many. It should be represented. The nation is 13% black. The prison should be 13%. There should be some sort of, but for the fact that there's 3 times as many, that means that, and that's where the whole idea of racial profiling has come in, and so on and so forth. They did the statistics in America. People that speak out about it. So you're telling me here you've seen so many brown people in prison, and then people on the platform are saying, "Where's all the black men?" That's what the ladies are saying. Where's all the black men? What I want. You know what I mean? Yeah. So in a way, you're on the front line there. So part of the things, you're going into prison. Go on.
Yeah, and again, we don't only work with the young boys, we work with their parents as well, or their trusted adults. So we also got the Parenthood Academy, because it's very important that you work with that young person's network. I remember when someone tried to work with me when I was growing up, and I'm just like, I'm not the issue, it's my environment, it's my parents and so on, but no one is giving them support, you know? So this because we can pay bills and we're old and whatnot. You know, I don't mean old like that. It doesn't mean we don't need support. So what we've realized as well is our main focus, even though it should be the young boys, is the parents. You know, it's the mum, the dad, the grandparent, the auntie, the carer, whoever's controlling that space, that environment. Because when that child goes home, all the work that we've done can get undone. Why? Because no one is, you know, supplementing the education or the transformation that we're giving that young person. So now that young person lives in two worlds. Oh, but the Manhood Academy said this and that. But now you're telling me there's a conflict. So it's very important that we continue to work with the parents. And also, like, talking about manhood is it's complicated, because earlier on, like you guys were talking about, yes, Britain and England is two different things, and this is manhood is a social construct. It's not scientific. You know, we are males. You understand what I'm saying? We are males. We got misstart. It doesn't make us a man. Man is about your conduct, your behavior, and there's different types of man. With women now, that's how you know women are the goddesses of this planet, because nature says you are a woman. How do you know? She's got breasts. She can give birth. You got a function. What is our function? You know, other than to provide us. You know, and anyone can do that as a male. But as a man, however, you know, that's a conversation. That's why a lot of people are talking about, oh, you're alpha male, you're beta male, and all these kind of things, because it's still not clear. And so we're in an environment where manhood is not clear. And also a lot of young boys are being taught that you can be a man and wear a dress and still be a man.
Right. Now hold on, wait a minute, because this is how it runs deep though. Look, why can you not be a man and wear a dress? What's the problem there?
Me personally, I have no problems with nobody. Yeah, I'm happy. Once you're happy, we're just here just to spark that divinity within you. So we've had young people come to us, and again, their mum will be like, Davis, can I talk to you? I'm like, what's going on? Like, yes, my son is questioning. He's not sure. And I'm like, that's no problem. Like, we're not interested in the labels. We're interested in what's within. What are your principles? What do you stand for? What's your passion? What problems are you having in the world? How can you solve those problems? We're here to assist. We can't get trapped in these labels like, oh, I'm African, but I'm African Caribbean. Like, let's dig a little deeper than that. We're all one, first and foremost, if you want to break it down scientifically. And what are your principles? What do you stand for? That's what I care. That's what I care about. And being able to stand on your truth and celebrate and talk your truth with facts, with evidence, with information, not passa. I know I read it in this book, but that person, you don't even know he hasn't got the credentials to be talking about it, but we take these things on. So, you know, we look at certain, we call it like archetypes. So if you like look at, for instance, like, there's different types of men in our community, right? When I was in school, growing up, I could see in the community, there was the player. There was a certain type of man, he just wanted gyal. That was it. He weren't interested in nothing else. You had another type of man. He was like the role model. Like, he was like the youth leader. He was always talking about revolution and teaching people and so on. You had another type of man, you know, he was more the joker, the jester. So you got different classifications. And this is what makes it challenging when we're talking about like alpha maleism, because I'm not an alpha male, I'm not an animal. That relates to wolves and the animal kingdom. We are human beings, we are gods, you understand? So I challenge when people say, oh, you're an alpha male. I say, what part of me is alpha? What part of me does woof, 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 woof? It doesn't work that way. But we use these Western concepts to define our context, and that's not our reality. You know, we were pyramid builders, and no disrespect to no one, but there's no record of us being in caves, sleeping with dogs, and us, you know, eating raw food. That's not our genetic lineage, if that makes sense. We are royalty, according to the history books. I weren't there, but again, do your research. So it's important that we have a conversation about what it means to be a black man in 2022, and how, most importantly, can we uplift our younger generation, and also uplifting our queens as well, because it's not a boys club. It's not, oh, I'm a man. How does that man relate to the queens as well? And they both come together to raise a family. So it's within that wider context of creating a legacy, creating a family.
Interesting what you're saying, because I mean, you touched on so many good points. The relationship breakdowns that happens in society now, and there's more and more of it, is really, in my opinion, because of the confusion that people have in growing up. You can be this, you can be that. You don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. You're liberated. There's so much going on in people's minds that when they come together in union, you know, in various relationships, and then things just explode and people are parting ways, and you know it's not working, and then you get like a lot of what you're dealing with is single parent families with children, and the children are going off in all sorts of directions. It's just a crazy melting pot.
Yeah, so we're doing a piece of work at the moment where we're developing a game called Ask Me, and one of the reasons why is when we started to analyze all of the young boys that we work with, and because what would happen is, and for anyone here that works with like young people, you'd realize that they might ask you a lot of questions, like they might be so inquisitive, and we started to realize that wow, a lot of the young people we work with, they used to be in our space all the time, asking us questions upon questions upon questions. And we're like, why are you not asking these questions? Like, ask your mum, ask your dad. And they would always say like, they can't ask those kind of questions at home. And it took us a while to realize that, wow, it's, you know, we have to generate more conversations in the household. That's where it starts. When you're talking about manhood, like for me, like, it's okay to be confused. What is not okay is you can't ask questions to sort out your confusion.
Right.
And right now we're being shut down where you can't even ask certain questions. You can't. You can't. Because if you do, you're going to get challenged and you're going to get shut down just for asking a question. Even with vaccines, you know. I'm not sure anyone's status. I'm not going to open up that wormhole. But it's very uncomfortable to talk, to ask and to be curious. But one of the things about asking questions within the context of young people, young males in a household with mum and dad, whoever's there, is, you know, it creates that deeper connection. And what we've found is children who don't ask their parents questions don't have that connection. They don't. Right. And they will look for that connection, which is rooted in that curiosity. They will find it outside of the home, you know. Questions like drive destiny. Like if you look at all of the inventors, we're always talking to young people about the black inventors, but we're not just glorifying that, yeah, you know, he done the light bulb or he created you know, the gas mask. We don't say that. We talk about these inventions came from a question, you know, like these individuals, they had a problem and said, how can I solve this? What is that about? Tell me about, and that's what drove that motivation and that innovation. So again, it's about like driving destiny, and we want more families to have that as well. Also questions as well, you know, is beautiful because it generates love, you know what I mean? And that's and that's something that we're focusing on with the young boys. We want them to start asking their parents where possible, and also for their parents to be asking their children questions. And that's why we decided to create this game, just so we can generate that, because we're not ones to be talking about the problems all the time. We need solutions. Like we know what
Have you heard the saying? Ask me no question, tell you no lie.
You see it there? You see it there? So here we are. We've got a generation of young people that they're not asking questions, and they'll be, all right, I can't ask you. I'm gonna go ask big man over there. Now, big man will answer the questions, and at the same time we'll say, here, take this phone. You know what I mean? Or go and do this. And they have that bond, you know, and they start trauma bonding, and before you know it, you got a so-called gang, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or a group of young people who bond together because of their shared experiences and their understanding. But that same thing could have been done at home. That's why even though I'm challenged at home, I would always ask my children, ask me anything.
Yes.
Ask me, because I'm better. It's better that you ask me than you go and ask someone else and they fall up your head with nonsense. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
It's very interesting though. Ask me the question, I'll tell you that. You know, in my opinion, all right, sometimes the parents was too tired to, right? But sometimes the parents just didn't have the savvy to answer the question. So just cut the questions out altogether, which to me is foolishness. Personally,
do you know what? It's
any question that my children have, come and ask me, I got an answer. There's always an answer. And if I don't have the answer, together, the two of us, we can look up that answer and find it out and then discuss it and come to a reasonable conclusion between us. We can figure it out.
No, of course. And sometimes it's not been about the answer, it's about the question. You know, It's about the question. It's the why. All of us are driven by a deep why. Like, why are you here, Joseph, today doing? Like, you've got your deep reasons as to why. There's a reason why Pinky showed those books. Like, she's got a deep reason as to. So it's the why. The answer sometimes is irrelevant because it's the why that connects us and brings us close together. And I like what you said as well. You can explore and find the answers together. Do you know what I'm saying? You know.
Let me just because I think this game is really interesting. Actually,
I talk a lot, guys. I'm sorry, man. I'm just
no. We love it. We love it. We love it. That's
just,
called passion. We don't shy away from passion. This is called Talk the Ting. If you can talk, look. So here it is. The Ask Me the Game. So now ASK is. So obviously that's a
ask, seek, and know.
Ask, speak, and know. Okay.
Seek, and then know.
Right. So then how it works. So by the way, can we buy this?
So what I've done, we've got a Kickstarter campaign. We've got a Kickstarter campaign running at the moment. And the reason why we've done it that way is because we want people to make a pledge. And that kind of brings them into the whole process. Because this is a community initiative, we want the community to fund it. It's definitely not a money-making scheme. I've got other ways of making money, definitely not this. Right. But it is something that we want in every household where parents and children can start playing this game, asking questions, laughing as well. But also within there's some deep questions that can be asked that will definitely, with the right mindset, bring families close together. And that's
Pinky's got out her notepad. She's got a pen in her hand and a notepad. Pinky's taking notes.
I can't see what you can see, but...
Oh, the mercy, look, can you see that?
No.
There she is. Can you see her now?
Oh.
Pinky has got pen and pad to hand. Okay, so she's taking notes. So we want to get involved with the game. Okay, so talk us through. Pen and pads at hand, and I got mine. Okay. So, how can we get involved with this game? I like the sound of this game. How can we get involved?
So, in the Kickstarter website now, if you just go into the website and press the link, and I'll put the link in the group in a moment.
So here's the website. Go to here, help us kickstart.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you'll see a video of if you press there, you'll see a video of myself explaining how I came up with the idea. And
how long's the video?
8 minutes. So I wouldn't say watch it now.
Okay.
You can if you want. It depends on. I can get a drink. It depends on you and your team, innit?
I don't know. I mean, we're recording. We don't mind.
Play the video.
Let's watch the video, guys.
I wouldn't mind. I don't know. It's up to. I wouldn't mind. We do everything else together.
Oh, here we go.
Lovely.
Optimize the sound.
Can you hear it?
Optimize the sound, Joe. Optimize the sound.
Okay. Wait a minute. You see how them not put me right straight away. They know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, we're on, yeah.
Okay, let's share sound.
Girls rule.
Click the bottom and then go. Right, let's try again.
This time of the evening. Can you imagine?
Hold on a second. There you go.
Take number 6.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Davis and welcome to my first ever Kickstarter campaign. I am so excited to share this amazing opportunity with you. This is take number 6, by the way. This is going to be the last one. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone where things were just a little bit stale? It lacked innovation, it lacked depth. There was no connectivity with you and that person. It was just like lacking that sauce. That connection. I have. And let me tell you something. I hated it. There was a lot to talk about, don't get me wrong, but there was the opportunity just wasn't there. We just got complacent. It got restricted to asking each other, like, where you going? Good afternoon, good morning, what's for dinner? Where's the remote control? Blah, blah. It was just boring stuff. I so wanted the opportunity to create a meaningful bond with this person. After a while, things just withered away. That opportunity never came. But I can guarantee one thing. If we had these cards in the equation, ask me, ASK me, I guarantee that that relationship would never have withered away. This game consists of 143 cards designed to stimulate deep and meaningful conversations. Not the superficial conversations, something that really brings you together. It can be done as a pair or in a small group setting. This is a great opportunity to remove all cobwebs from your relationship. Do some spring cleaning, and we're giving you the opportunity to transform all the connections and to deepen that bond. I am asking for help to give birth to our first edition. This is called the Family Edition. We're focusing on the family first and foremost. I have been working with young people from challenging backgrounds for at least the past 25 years. I know I look young, I know. And I'm not going to label them, just to get your attention, I'm not going to label these young people as gangsters, antisocial, or I'm not going to say that they're violent offenders or anything like that. What I will say is their lives are at risk. Literally, their lives are at risk. I love my vocation. I love what I do. I'm so passionate about that. I love seeing them succeed. I love listening to their ideas. I love helping them navigate this society. What I don't love, though, is the stories and the trauma that these young people have been through. The trauma that they've sustained from people who are supposed to love and nurture them. Many of the youngsters that I work with and I support and I mentor, they may have a mean exterior. They may look a certain way, but trust me, once you get past the bravado, once you put aside the bad boy or the bad girl persona, I promise you, if you look beneath the surface, you will notice that there is a young person in great, great need of help. And these cards would definitely help that. I remember mentoring a young boy, his name's Tyrone, it's not his real name, 13 years old, and he has witnessed so much trauma. It's heartbreaking, I guarantee it is so tear-jerking. I remember coaching him. He was charged with attempted murder, and yes, he was guilty. It's a sad story, but when he shared his story, like what made him get to the point where he was now, I'm telling you, I began to understand the main fuel that pushes a lot of teens over the edge. I remember having an intense conversation with him. We was in a private environment. And I said, Tyrone, how did you arrive to this destination where you are now? And I remember, I'm going to paraphrase him, innit? But he said he started from home, he said. He said that at home, no one listened to him. He was explaining how he was always inquisitive. He always asked questions, but no one took the time to listen to his questions. No one took the time to really sit there and say, I'm going to answer your question. What happened though is he was labeled the black sheep of the family just for asking questions, and these questions were challenging. And I suppose in his environment, people didn't want to be challenged. You see, it doesn't matter how big or small the questions is. That's not what's important. What's important is every single question brings us to where we are. Our questions is our why. It gives us meaning. And Tyrone was rejected because of this. He was naturally inquisitive, but he felt ignored. He felt like he had no sense of belonging. He felt lost. And you know what he ended up doing? He ended up going outside of the household looking for answers in older peers. And guess what? These older peers gave him the answers. And over time, he got closer to them. He found a new family. He found a new home, somewhere where he belonged. And that happiness and that connection, it was there for him. Unfortunately, this new family decided to exploit him, decided to groom him, mold him into a weapon. Tyrone was weaponized, and a lot of young people experience this. This describes a lot of the young people that I mentor. Young people in search of clarity, yearning for that connection, but their parents or trusted adults or their environment did not want to listen to them, but they just wanted to shut down the questions. We want to stimulate more questions. We want young people to be heard. We want young people to, we want that curiosity to be fed. And this is why the family edition is so, so important. And I'm looking for your help to bring this about. We want to release the family edition. Yes, there'll be other editions in the pipeline in the future, I promise. We'll be looking at relationships, we'll be looking at society, we'll be looking at politics. But right now, we need to reconnect families. We need to reconnect our sons and our daughters in the household, especially with the aftermath of COVID-19, especially social distancing, and the increase of mental health. We want to focus on the home first and foremost. Charity starts at home. We want young people to feel connected with the right people. We want to give them that safety net. We want them to be comfortable enough. It's so sad when I sit down with young people and the questions that they ask me, they don't ask their own parents at home. They will ask myself and other mentors all of these deep and meaningful questions, and we create that bond, but they never ask their parents. So please support this Kickstarter campaign. Please donate wherever you can. We have prototypes already created, yeah? But we want to upgrade these prototypes, yeah? We want to update them, we want to design them slightly differently, and we really, really need your help in order to make this happen. Once the cards are published, we're going to make sure we make them accessible to youth clubs, to families, to churches, to schools. We want young families at home. We want children to be able to have not only deep, meaningful conversations, but we want that to happen all over the globe. We want to have at least 50,000 conversations happening. So please help us bring more connection in the home of these young people. Help us remove all of the cobwebs that may exist in these contexts. And we hope that you can follow us on this journey. Thank you for your time. Peace and love, and big up. Big up, big up. Yes, I finished, Makai.
Well done. That was really good. That's really good. I say again, really do feel your passion in what you're doing. You love it, and that's very, very clear.
Thank you.
So now we've watched the video. Remember, we're taking notes here. We've watched the video, and let me just share the screen again. Right, so the video tells us about the cards. You need support, and then what do we do?
Yeah, so what you do, you decide on how much you would want to pledge. What I like about Kickstarter is if you don't reach your target, you don't get nothing. So you got to put down. So we're looking for.
That's not good. What do you mean don't get nothing?
Yeah, it is good and it's not good. Because I believe that if the community wants this, then they'll give birth to it as a collective.
But it's already born. You put it out there. This is born.
Yeah.
This has been born. So we whether you reach it now, it might just 53 days. If you don't reach it in 53 days, you might reach it sooner. It might just take a bit longer. But this has been born. You put it out now. It's cats out the bag.
And of course, we're going to reach the target because I'm optimistic like that.
Yeah, we are.
And there's different.
What do?
So if you press back the project.
Back this project.
Yeah. And then if you go down, so there's different levels. So for instance, if someone wanted to pledge £15 as an example, yeah, at the end of the project, then they'll get a card delivered to their house and they'll get a mention on Twitter. If they donated, let's say £50, for instance, then there's another reward that they'll get. So it's an exchange,
Right. So you get a PDF or the original that you actually get a physical copy of the game.
Yeah.
Shipped to anywhere in the world. I want that one. So if I want that one. And then what's that plus tax? £24.
Yeah.
And then where does it go? Oh, what? Now you have to create an account. Okay. And so you put in your details. Contact me, create account. So this is what you guys got to do, or you can log in with Facebook or just log in here. Yeah. And once you create an account, it's all plain sailing then, yeah?
Yeah. And then once we've reached our target and stuff, we're going to do a launch. There'll be a launch party. We're going to be we've got some great ideas with these cards as well, where we want to film people having conversations, because the other side to it as well is improving mental health. And there's a myth where people say that we are not, or we don't talk about mental health, or we don't talk about our feelings. We do this in the right environment. So we just want to encourage and motivate people to talk about the deepness. We're deep people, you know, and yeah, people believe that we may be deep, but we don't talk about it. So
Right.
we have to encourage the younger generation, because our biggest concern is young people are not talking to their parents about their feelings, you know,
Right.
and they'll go somewhere else to seek that out, and it becomes a massive life-changing problem.
Yes,
So-
of course,
so
because they
it's-
get information
Yeah,
off Google, of friends which have no brain, and you know, they're just going off on a tangent, and you wonder, who the hell is this child?
yeah, and
You know.
and it's a tool to help us as well reach out to more young people, boys and girls, and to have like deeper conversations. Like if you was to ever come to our workshop, and you guys are welcomed, you know, like I can put out, sometimes when we do our workshops, we have like invitationals where people in the community will come down just to observe. But what we realize is that we might present content, but most of our deepness comes through questions. When we start asking young people deep questions, my days like is the next level. You know what I mean?
And they got thoughts behind it. They have
course.
questions that they really are, and you ask them a question, they'll tell you something, but actually then they divert to something else, don't they?
Of
And
course,
it
of course,
goes
of
more
course.
and more.
And when people say like, ask me no question, ask me a question, tell me no lie, whatever it was, it's because it's coming from a place of insecurity. You know, it's just like when I was younger, you know, like my early 20s, and then a girl would ask me a question, I would not want to answer because I was vulnerable, I was afraid, I was weak. I was like, I'm not going to tell the truth, you know, I'm going to lie. And
Yes.
that was a mantra that I had for years. But then I realized that, wow, telling the truth, like just being upfront and authentic, is powerful. Telling people it is like, I don't like you because of this. It's like, it's okay to say these things.
Yes, yeah.
But we've got young people, and I'm keep on talking about young people, but also it's their
Of course.
parents as well, because their parents were once young, and they're passing on these habits to their children as well. So we want to break that cycle, and we need to start, the way the world is moving now, we need to start generating more conversations so we can have a space where we can start teaching our young people, because parents are not teaching young people. Social media is, TikTok is.
Well, this, yeah, and it, no. That is the problem, that
Deep.
young people, they're on their freaking devices all the blasted time. Way into the night. You got school the next morning. What are you doing on your device? And parents, in some cases, almost like afraid to take away the devices from the young people then.
Yeah, you know. But at the same time, you know, yeah, like we've prototyped, or we tried the cards on a few occasions, and it's so funny. You learn so much about the person that you're conversating with, things that you just never know before, and after the conversation, the deepness is on the next level, you know. So it's a tool to supplement the work that we're doing, but also we're encouraging other people to use it as a tool, as a weapon of mass healing, you know.
A weapon of mass healing. I'm gonna write that one down. A weapon of mass healing. Isn't that a beautiful thing? A weapon of mass healing. Lord of mercy. Thank you for that. That's a powerful statement in and of itself. Here we are. Look, we want to teach 1 million young people. I just love this expression. Whoa, don't go so fast. How to respond if their friend gets stabbed or any other injury. So how to help their friend, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, because a lot of the young people, again, like they've seen stuff, they've seen guts coming out and all that madness, and there's nothing worse when you're reasoning with them and they're telling you like they're froze, they didn't know what to do, they ran away. You know, we want to teach them first aid. Like every young person needs to know first aid. Like this is the way the world is. Like London is a safe space, but if you have a certain age bracket, it's not safe. You know, like, and it's not something that we tell young people, but we want them to be more prepared. Be prepared if you or your friend, if something happens, know what to do.
Right.
And it's so important. You know, a lot of young people died. Why? Because their friends didn't know how to respond in that situation.
And it's a valid point. It's true. You know, in the situation, in the moment, how you respond determines everything. If you act afraid, then you get attacked. If you can stand your ground, I mean, this is just old school, isn't it? If you can stand your ground, then man just move on. And it's true, you don't know it. How do people, wow, I mean, I grew up in a big family. Sometimes, obviously, being in a big family, there are just traits that are just passed on just from being in that environment. Because I was going to say, how do people learn how to stand up for themselves?
Yeah, it's you know, you got to give them that sense of belief. It's all about self-belief. It's all about giving them that confidence. Self-esteem is everything. So we don't always talk about, like, you know, Mansa Musa in Africa. Sometimes you got to tell them, yo, like, I love you, man. Like, I'm here for you. Like, sometimes it's not even about the culture or the history. It's letting them know that you're here first and foremost. That we're here. We are here for you. We believe in you. Believe in yourself before you believe in Mansa Musa or anything else. Like, know that you can do this. And once you've given them that self-belief and that backbone, so to speak,
right,
then things start changing for them, you know.
Yeah. It's that you know, I remember saying to my son, listen, son, look, whatever happens out there, I got your back. Listen, ain't nothing more powerful than us. We together, we're a powerful team. But, you know, growing up, I didn't have that directly in that way. Like, my dad wasn't alive at the time to say that to me. But through the family construct and friends, we just had that. So if I went to school, anything happened, we knew that Bear Man got your back. You know what I mean? Nobody don't ramp with you because you don't come from nowhere, you come from somewhere. But with a lot of the youth now, I guess I don't know if things changed. That's why they develop into gangs. So obviously they need that security, you know?
Yeah. And things are changing so quick, you know, Joseph. Yeah. Things are changing. This like 2 years ago, like last week now, people wear masks. Like it's crazy the way things are just shifting. Everything is shifting. Racism is a big deal. Like, there's so many battles to fight, but we must do more. That's why us as a charity, like, we're very action orientated. We always, like, we've got books and we're doing workshops and all this stuff because we're doing as much as we can. I have a lot of energy like this because I realize that, like, it has to get done. Because it's someone's son, innit? It's someone's son, and it's just not fair. It's not fair that people...
daughter.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's not fair that some people would rather just watch Netflix than to invest this 1 hour or 2 hours just to connect with someone, like, you know.
When's your next workshop?
We have workshops every Wednesday. Every Wednesday evening and every Saturday morning.
So your workshops are regular on Wednesday and Saturday. Hold on now. So there's one tomorrow. How do people get to your workshop?
So for the young people, because our workshops are for the young people, there's a website that they need to enroll and everything else. That's on the website. But also we have periods, like, I know Mother's Day is coming up, so there's and Father's Day, we have periods where we ask the young people to invite their parents or their trusted adults and so on and so forth. Also, we've got a parent in space for adults every Monday.
Hold on, one second. So website, and then you got to sign up, enroll. Isn't there something where you can just click a link and come in?
Well, sessions are not online, you know. They're physical sessions.
Oh, so you have to show up?
You've got to turn up. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I thought you might have been doing something online.
And also imagine, like, we're working with young people, vulnerable young people.
Yeah.
You can't have a link just to come in because we don't know who some people are. They might be coming in and they might be trying to DM people. It's chaos. You know what I mean?
Right. So it's a show up thing. Where do people show up?
North London, Finsbury Park.
So it's in Finsbury Park.
Yeah, Finsbury Park. Yeah.
Now, so Finsbury Park? So they go to what website?
Manhood Academy Global. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
And thank you for all the support as well. I love you guys, man. Jimmy, big up. Denise, big you up, man. Big up.
Hold on, we're gonna go to the website now. This is Manhood Academy Global.
Yeah.
And where are we finding the...
So if you go to enroll...
Here it is.
Yeah. And then it depends what. So we got a program for teenagers. So this is the teenage program here.
This one.
Yeah, teens only, and we've got this one here for 8 to 12-year-olds.
Which one? Superhero.
Yeah.
No.
Right. So there's so basically just click on it.
Yeah.
And then you can enroll.
You can enroll.
Okay, and it's a 2 for the price of one child, and so the parent can take. Oh, this is phenomenal, isn't it? So the parent can take the child to this event on February 23rd, for example.
Yeah, that's the start. Yeah, so we're restarting back on the 23rd.
That's in 5 days.
Yeah, okay. We're ready, man. We're ready. We're excited.
We're gonna have to send out this link tomorrow, guys, so more people see it. So February 23rd, enroll. And this will start a journey of, was it once a month, once every week? What's that?
Once a week.
Once a week. For how many weeks?
For the whole year. So a program lasts for 50 weeks. It's very intense. I'm sure you can imagine. We're talking about manhood. Can't talk about it in an hour. You know, it takes a while of deprogramming them.
Of course.
Yeah, and then installing the new software. You know what I'm saying? In their minds. You know.
Their lives matters. Brilliant. Okay, brilliant. The journey. Okay, brilliant. And it's in the evening, 6 to 8 p.m.
6 to 8, yeah.
So I take it this is a weekday or is it weekend?
Oh, this one is on a weekday. This one's on a Wednesday. And we do it like 3 days a week, basically. And also we've got the Womanhood Academy as well. They're on a Saturday. But what I would suggest though is like take your time, guys, and like go through the website. We've also got like a good documentary on BBC iPlayer if you wanted to have a visual of how we do what we do. But yeah, and feel free to reach out to me if you wanna ask any questions.
So I'm glad we went to the website so they can just go. This is on the About Us page, right?
Yeah.
No, this is on the Enroll Now. Well,
Enroll Now, yeah.
This is on the Enroll Now page. So here's how they've enrolled to the online courses, which is brilliant. And of course, where you're saying the media would be the BBC iPlayer, because we saw that before. There you are, BBC iPlayer. So it's all on the website, which is just, I mean, this is just awesome. Davis Williams, it's really been great to have you on board. We try and keep it to the hour, because obviously if it goes too long, then it's, I think we've been going for more than now, but brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. I feel your passion, man. This is just, what you're doing here is a phenomenal thing. And we're going to support that, which is brilliant. The cards, you want people to jump on board with the cards, help you reach targets so it can be given birth.
Yeah, and what we want to do as well, because we know that we're part of a tight village. So even if like you guys, you know, on one of the cards, we can put like your website or your strap line or something. So when people are playing, we want the cards to not only have the questions to generate those conversations, but also to use them as like an advert / to signpost families to groups or people that are positive, that are righteous, because it's about building that network as well, you know. So
Champs and Giggles is getting a card. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, that's a really good idea. By the way, how do we get we have to send you our logo?
Yeah, yeah. When we get closer to the time, I'm definitely going to be reaching out to you guys anyway. You know.
Okay, that's just awesome. This is brilliant. So we have got Manhood Academy. We've had. By the way, let me just go through. Claire T says brilliant. Spy says love this.
Let me show you one more thing. 1 second, yeah.
Go on then. Dion just pledged. She says it's a simple process. Listen, guys, we have to get on this bad boy. Netzak says, I think the game is a great concept. Well done. Loving the My Life Matters mantra too. Hey, this is just great. You know what? Davis has just got so much passion, man. You know, it's like you're on a plane right now and you're flying with him. Do you know what I'm saying? Him just dry you eat. And that's brilliant, because what he's doing is so important. It really, really is. Sorry, Davis, go on.
Yeah, so also like if anyone here knows any like parents that's like really struggling with their sons, there's got no positive role models or anything in their circle, I've also just got this as well. This is an activity journal that helping parents to sit down with their child and to talk about manhood, to talk about what it means to be a man, the principles. And it's a journal as well. So it's got like questions in there, you've got answers, there's discussions and everything else. So I'm showing this as well, just because it's so important because...
How do I get one of them journals?
Oh, I'll put the link there as well. Because
hold on a minute. Oh, we're going to have a little talk time now. Pinky, you can unmute. Go on, talk to me. Come in, Pinky.
I want one of them books. The books.
Me want one too. How we get them journal there? How we get them?
Do you know what I'll do? Yeah, I will connect with Dion. Yeah, and then I will donate two. Yeah, I will donate two. Just because I know you guys are always supporting in it, and I will let her circulate it to whoever she wants to circulate it to within this network here.
We'll do a quiz. We'll do a quiz, Davis.
David, I want to buy mine. It's all right.
Yeah. Oh, bless you.
Yeah, no
Well,
problem.
Winner can get one.
No, it's all how.
How much are they, David?
But I appreciate that you're gonna give some up. We want some of them bad boys. I want to have, just like I got them their books here, I want to have one of them their books in my library. That's why I want one. And Denise got a hand up. Big up Denise. She says she want one too. So yeah, this is
how much are they, David?
David.
Oh, they're £20.
They're £20. It's a flash in the pan. We got £20.
And they come with an ebook as well. There's an ebook to accompany it as well.
Do you know what?
In the chat, Pinky.
It's in the chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Yeah.
You know, Davis. As much as I appreciate the ebook, listen. Let me tell you something. Right? There's nothing like holding the book in your hand, just like you did there. There's some an ebook stays on the computer, but it's like pictures and what they say, but it's nothing like having the picture printed and put on your wall. Do you know what I mean?
I understand that.
That is just so much more meaningful. Hold on, let me give Denise a chance. I think Denise was asking. Was you asking a question, Denise?
Yeah, I was. David,
I
really want them cards. How will I know when you get them, or how can I buy them?
Oh, right. Denise. Yeah. So as soon as we've reached our target, we're going to start printing those cards. Once we start printing those cards, you guys will definitely know within this network. If you want me to contact you directly, you can message me or send it to Dion, and then she can make the link or whatever. And then I've got a group that people that are interested in it, because there's been a lot of interest as well, which I'm glad to see. I'll be letting them know as well directly. And then there'll be invites to a little party, kind of a conversation party.
A networking event.
Yeah.
And if you pledge, they automatically invite you to the party if you pledge a certain amount.
Of course.
That's brilliant. Let me just read some more of the comments here. When my son was younger, says Toronto Karen, his dad and I made him know he could come to ask us any questions. We would always be honest and give him the right information, even if we didn't like what he was asking. Beautiful. He's grown and sexy now, and he still reaches out to us.
That's beautiful.
Important things. I would love this for my teenage son, says Earth Angel. Look, listen, we got to do more here. We got to get down to Finsbury Park.
And also as well, like the cards work excellent in the group as well, you know, because sometimes it might be a bit awkward if you and your son and you're looking, let's play this game. But when you got other people there, and you got a little bit of music in the background and food, like it's like I took my children to like Nando's, we done it, and it was funny. It was funny, and
a little bit of music. Hear what the man said, you know, little bit of music and what?
Food. So make it to a little space. And when you read the rules as well, it talks about it's non-judgmental. So you have to create a deal, like whatever said, you're not gonna
you can talk
as a weapon, not weaponize the truth or anything.
This is a freedom space.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna. This has been Davis Williams of the Manhood Academy. It's just been a phenomenal conversation having with you. I'm energized just hearing all what you said. I've got to be well. I've taken notes, as is everybody else in the group. We are behind you 110%. Thank you so much for coming on.
Davis, can you put the book up again?
What you have been doing.